ready? We'll call this meeting to order. You can stand and move your hats and say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes from
I'll
last
make
meeting.
a motion to approve the minutes of March 9th, 2026.
I'll second that.
We've got a motion and a second to approve the minutes from March 9th, 2026. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose the same. So moved. Ms. Atkins.
All right, so I have the claims for you guys to approve.
Make a motion to approve accounts payable.
I'll second that.
We've got a motion and a second to approve accounts payable. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose the same. So moved.
All right, the next thing I have is pay request number 4. This is for JPR and the work that they're doing on the wastewater treatment plant in the amount of $7,765 even.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve pay request number 4 in the amount of $7,765.00.
I'll second.
We've got a motion and a second to approve pay request number 4. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose the same. So moved.
And then I have pay request number 5 to Theomin. It's for the escrow. This was just a little miscommunication, not understanding, but it's an amount of $8,755.36. This is from the first 2 pay application, the retainage, that need to go into a separate fund. So I'm just doing that now. And then going forward, there won't be separate ones like that.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve pay request number 5 to Thieneman in the amount of $8,755.36.
I'll second.
We've got a motion and a second to approve pay request number 5 for Thieneman. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose the same. So moved.
And then I don't know if this needs like a formal approval or what, but we did get the shed amounts in, and so I will need to cut a check in the amount of $51,640 even, which is to order the sheds. So I would just ask that you formally approve that to be done.
So, just to give you a little bit of an update, the redevelopment commission approved the MOU. I believe BCC has approved the MOU. Mr. Van Soest and Ms. Reed are here to answer any questions or provide any updates that you might have. So basically, all 3 parties have entered into the memorandum. And essentially what we need to do now is start the order so they can begin that work. Talking with Matt and him being in touch with the supplier, it sounds like they have work that took them through this week anyway, so we're not off schedule. It seems like they can keep it at least pretty close. There will be other work that needs to get done in the meantime, like the site work, as soon as the weather quits whipsawing back and forth between winter and spring. So for now, the only money that needs to go out is this purchase here for the $51,640.
Is that 30%? Is that 30%?
I believe so. And I think you should have gotten a copy of the invoice ahead of the meeting.
Yeah, it doesn't,
So we
it
sent
doesn't
that around.
line
Yeah.
item.
I have a hard copy.
I have a draft of the lease. I'm not done with it yet in a form that,
Do you have a revise from what you already sent us? Or?
no, I gave you guys the first revision.
Okay.
I did not, or the first draft, I didn't hear any comments as to the structure, so I'm still adding those other parts in. I just have to sit down on a computer where I can kind of smush everything together. And then I'll start working with Matt. There's a couple things, like I know Mr. Miller's gonna have comments on. There's things that BCC should have input on, but we need to just fill in details on the insurances and things like that. But on the whole, I think those other details are there, I just have to put them in the right place among those exhibits, so at this point, I don't know, are we making the actual, we're not doing the appropriation tonight,
No,
correct?
no,
Okay.
I will put that in for next time, so we'll do additional appropriation to the rainy day fund to
And I-
get reimbursed.
And I think
Yeah.
the idea would be, we're pulling money out, but we'll take it to the redevelopment commission basically as we go, so we could probably use just the rainy day fund, and just, money goes out, money comes back in, and just keep using it that way, so we don't have to necessarily move a whole lot around. So yeah, that's what's going on right now. I don't know if you have any other questions.
Just for you, Ms. Atkins, you got everything in your
Yes.
area in
Yep.
order, and with State Board of Accounts,
Yep,
you're
we're good.
not concerned, all your questions were answered?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep, I appreciate that.
perfect.
Anybody have any questions?
I don't have any.
I don't have any questions.
Good.
All right.
I'll make a motion to move ahead with the approval for the payment for the shed down payment in the amount of $51,640.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve payment for the shutdown payment in the amount of $51,640. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose the same. So moved.
That's all I have.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Wagner.
We have a wage ordinance, a new wage ordinance amendment here in front of you. And unfortunately, I have made a mistake, I think, when Ms. Atkins was gone and not here to correct me. I thought there was a different ordinance that was 4-2026. So I labeled the wage ordinance amendment from the last time 5-2026. That needs to be made 4-2026. The new wage ordinance amendment, unfortunately, the subject matter is similar between the two of them. That is, needs to be 5-2026.
Okay.
So basically, we skipped a number and we're just bumping everything back up to get back on track.
So the one that you gave me,
Yes, was from
Is-
last time. I
so
don't
this is
know.
gonna change to 4.
Yes, that's gonna be number 4.
And you need this signature page signed.
Yes,
Yes.
Okay, so
Yep.
I've signed it. I'm gonna hand it off to.
that's one you guys approved last time.
These other ones.
Okay.
So
Yep.
that one's already approved.
Yep.
Correct.
And she will make the front page change. She doesn't need to do that right now. You can still sign for it.
And then this wage ordinance is just what you guys discussed last time, adding the lines for detective and a third sergeant. So it's really not anything different, it's just making it formal.
Well, no, there's more to
Oh,
it
and then,
than
yep,
that.
and then Brian's,
The
yes.
Park Department,
Yeah.
Mr. Main jumped in, if you recall from that meeting,
For the-
that he wanted to make the
Hourly people, or-
turning the salaried employees into hourly, in the pool management. So basically, there's a bunch of different brackets for those, that's all in there, so.
Is there anything in there in regards to the comp hours being requested? Or is it just we're only signing for the hourly? I went to a park board meeting in which comp hours were discussed, and the request was they're asking for 240 hours per man.
And that's not in there.
Okay.
Nothing of the sort.
All right.
It's literally just pool manager and assistant
Right,
manager
okay.
got switched to
I'm good with that.
hourly, so.
Okay. So this ordinance basically pertains to changes from the park board and the aquatic center staff.
Well, and the police department.
Okay, well, that is in there too. I
Yeah,
thought
so
that was
so
it.
they're both in there. Brian just saw the opportunity to jump on, if the park board
Arts Collective that runs the arts workshop on the west side, outside of town. And we have some America 250 banners up in the windows. We also have some inside, and we're working on an exhibit in one of our cabinets to celebrate that. We also have some elements from the bicentennial of 1976, a large photo collection and whatnot that is available online. And that includes some things like the actual original diagrams for painting the fire hydrants that they used in 75 and 76. I've got out at the workshop an artist working on two resin, fake fire hydrants to be painted to look like those. One of those we'll have at the History Center, and one we'll have at the Marshall County Museum. And so we just wanted to extend our a hand to the town council in hopes of promoting any public art that the town would be interested in. Back in 1976, they did things like they painted eagles on the sidewalks, and they painted the overpasses of the railroad underpasses and bridges and things like that. I don't imagine that we've got that kind of community spirit anymore, but we're interested in whatever the town would be interested in the way of public art.
In closing, I'd like to tell you, if you haven't been to the History Center, you need to go. You've got a gem here in Bremen with the history of Bremen. They've just got some terrific exhibits there, and you're very fortunate, I think, to have that here. And then lastly, I'd like to talk about an initiative that I think is very important. The Indiana America 250 Committee is really big on a program called America Gives, and it's promoting volunteerism. And I know our museum, our county museum, couldn't survive if we didn't have all the volunteers that we have. And some of you may belong to organizations that have a lot of volunteers, and I think it'd be a terrific thing if we could get into our schools and teach young people about volunteering and giving back to their communities. So I'd like to encourage you to maybe help promote something like that, find groups that need volunteers. Derek could probably use a few on time to time, and I think it'd just be a thing that would bring a lot of people together. So I want to thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, give us a call at the Marshall County Museum.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else for public comment? Matt?
Hey, Matt Van Sosa with Bremen Community Cares. Just want to thank the town council, RDC, all the committee heads that have helped this project move forward with the shops. We will be unveiling the 6 vendors here within the next few days. We have people coming from all as far as Shipshewana as well as White Pigeon, Michigan. They're really seeing that this is a catalyst for their business as an incubator, so we're really excited to see retail come to downtown Bremen. And thank you again for supporting the nonprofit. We'll be engaging with Angola and Plymouth farmers markets to kind of get an understanding of what our farmers market needs to do in the 2026 season. The facade program continues strong with our nonprofit as well as the community center. So on behalf of Bremen Community Cares and even just Historic Bremen Arts Collective, such great gems of nonprofits in such a small town, and our community is so strong because of your support as well as all the like-minded volunteers that make this happen. So thanks.
Thank you.
Amber Reed, Bremen Village Shops. I think many of you know my passion behind this, and I just want to tell you thank you for coming along with our vision and seeing it. And I'm really, really excited to see what this offers to local entrepreneurs as well as future entrepreneurs in our town. So thank you.
Thank you. All right. Mr. Frayne.
I have nothing tonight.
All right then. Chief Stouter.
Yeah, I have 2 things I'd like to talk to you about. First one is our abandoned property. Our basement's full of about 50 plus bicycles. I think the last sale we had of abandoned property was when Chief Kyle's first year in, so they've been sitting down there for about 10 years. I'd like to have a sale. If you guys are good with that, and I don't know where the money goes. I talked to Megan about it, whether it's law enforcement, continuing education, or where they put the money at, if it's in the general fund. It's not going to be a lot of money, but
Just
I
See
just wanna
Tara
clean
for
the
a
basement.
$5 garage sale permit and you're ready to go.
All right.
It's only $1.
Huh?
It's only $1.
Oh, it's only $1.
That's about how much the bicycles will be.
All right, we need to raise that.
The second thing is, I was approached by Dan Sammartano. He's the marshal, reserve marshal at the moment in La Paz. He knew we were getting 2 new squad cars. One of the squad cars I'm getting rid of is a 2016 Ford Explorer. It's going on 8 years old. It's got almost 140,000 miles on it. He said he'd be interested in it. He said La Paz could probably come up with about $2,500 to give us for that. I don't believe it's worth that much. Our town mechanic, Eric Vance, went through it. There's a lot of work that needs done on it. I brought it to the police commission meeting, and we talked about donating it to La Paz and all the work that they need to do. Instead of buying, they could take that money and put it into fixing it up for them to use. If you guys are good with that.
I'm fine with right now.
I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and donate that to the pass.
Thank you. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Good.
Mr. Maine?
Nothing tonight.
Nate?
You got my report, nothing else?
Chief? Did I get you what you needed?
You filled out?
Probably not. Let me see. I was on vacation, or kind of vacation last week, so I remember you sent me something and I was on my phone trying, okay. All right.
I think we'll have more.
Okay, I'll get with you guys after the meeting then. Okay. All right. Ben,
I'm good.
you want to approve the reports?
I'll make a motion to approve department head reports.
Sorry. We've got a motion and a second to approve department head reports. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same. So moved. You're up, Dan.
All right, thanks, guys. First off, with respect to the wastewater plant project, I set one of these sheets on each of your desk. I'm gonna be providing you guys with one of these once a month. Basically, it's like a budgetary snapshot of the wastewater plant project and kind of where we stand. So section 1 on this shows change order tracking over time. Any items that are highlighted in yellow are pending approval from the town council. So that change order number 1 is going to be presented to you here in a few minutes. But just wanted to show you how that affects the original contract amount of $8,636 and where we'd be sitting with the revised contract amount down below that, and then a total percent change in the total contract cost is there. Under item 2, contract time summary, that just gives you an idea how much time has elapsed and how much time is left. Right now, we're 62 days into the total contract time. It's about 14% of the way through. Item 3 shows you construction contingency. We started the project with $432,000 in construction contingency. Additive change orders will remove from that amount. Deduct change orders will add to that amount. So pending approval here, we would add $218,000 in contingency with the reduction from change order 1. And then item 4 is a pay application summary, so you can kind of track how that's going over time. To date, we've approved 2 of them. There is not one today. The next one will be at the first meeting in April. And then we track the total amount of retainage held to date down at the bottom. So this is just sort of like a one sheet that shows you guys where we're at with the project. This will be updated monthly and presented to you with everything else. That said, going forward with the proposed project schedule, I got word late last week from Thieneman that they're looking at Tuesday, March 31st to mobilize on site and start work. They said they're going to be moving some equipment that day, but from that day forward, they're going to have a presence on site every day. So for all intents and purposes, the project will be starting construction on that day. So that's next Tuesday. With that, I've kind of in the last couple of meetings brought up the fact that I had a change order number 1 brewing in the works. Have that presented in front of you guys today. That proposed change order is a net deduct of $218,193.85. What is included in that deduct is we eliminated the need for the engineer's field office. It's basically the job trailer. We determined we didn't need it because Matt has the pre-treatment office there at the lab building. Said we could use that for our field office while we're there. So We eliminated the mechanical screen and washer compactor because that was purchased directly by the town. That kind of made up the bulk of the deduct. We included concrete testing to be provided by the contractor because previously the documents had said the owner was going to provide that. There's just sort of a hiccup in standard language in the contract spec is the reason why that was there. Eliminated about 150 to 200 feet of gravity sewer dewatering bed drain lines. Included motorized openers for the overhead doors, which again, Matt had indicated that he wanted those, but they didn't really make their way onto the electrical plan. We had some revisions to the electrical connection for the water heater in the chemical feed room, and then we corrected the size of small run of storm sewer pipe on one of the plan sheets. So all in all, that resulted in a net deduct of $218,193.85. Given that we've had quite a bit of back and forth with Thieneman on final pricing here, we've come to an accord, and we would recommend town council approval of this change order. We do have some other outstanding items that we're still kind of working on, like the addition of the manual screen and the we're relocating where the raw influent wastewater sampler is going to be located. That'll be at a change order 2 at a future date, probably the first meeting. I don't know if it'll be the first meeting in April, maybe the second meeting in April. But wanted to, if you guys had any discussion on it, otherwise recommend approval.
Any discussion on the change order? Matt's not here, so, okay.
Make a motion? Make a motion to approve change order number 1 in the amount of $218,193.85.
I'll second.
So we got a motion and a second for change order at a deduct of $218,193.85. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed the same. So moved.
I should also note with this deduct pushing that contingency amount up to, in your snapshot, you can see that that is now $650,193.85. The way that'll work is that money has already been included in the financing package. So when we get closer to the end of the project, any of that's not been spent on other change orders, we can look at potentially doing some of the phase 2 work at the tail end of phase 1. And in order to take advantage of that amount.
Is there a change order for me to sign?
Yeah, I have the form here. Yep. So I'll get with you after the meeting.
All right, thanks.
The other thing I'd mentioned at the tail end of March that you guys had indicated a couple months ago you wanted to remain on the project priority list through the state revolving fund for a funding package potentially for phase 2. We didn't exactly score super high in the last PPL, but we wanted to make sure we had the door open for that in the future, whether we want to go after pool financing or whatever. So in order to do that, SRF kind of changes their requirements every year a little bit. This year we've already put together an update where we're requesting financing for just the phase 2 project, where previously we'd requested it for the entire thing. Since we got phase 1 financed through RWFA, we backed that out and we now have just the phase 2 budget. That includes the interceptor sewer as well.
How much was the total for this phase 2 project?
The total for the phase 2 project is $20,288,470. So that includes the rest of the plant work and the interceptor. So what we have is we have 2 documents that I'd like to request the town council sign so that we can submit this and be in good standing with SRF. One of which is the asset management program certification. We have updated that asset management plan with Matt. Did it a couple of, probably a month ago at this point. But this document is essentially certifying that you have one in place, that you have an asset management plan in place for the sewer system. And then we have to re-sign the SRF funding application in the revised amount. So I have both those documents prepared and ready to sign.
The first contract, is that 40 year or 35? Was there a difference in the SRF versus the one we went?
For RWFA was over a 30-year.
30-year?
Yes, USDA's is 40, we're not going after
Okay, so
USDA
SRF
here.
is still 30?
SRF is also 30,
Okay.
yes. Yeah.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, I'd like to request the town council give Mike authorization to sign both the asset management plan certification and the SRF application.
I'll make a motion to allow Mike Lehman, the council president, to go ahead and sign proper paperwork.
I'll say that.
We've got a motion and a second to allow us to sign, or allow me to sign the asset management application and the SRF application. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. So moved.
Alrighty. Otherwise, I apologize, I was out most of last week at a conference, and I didn't realize, are we presenting a award recommendation today? Because it's on the agenda, but I didn't see anything about it in here. I had indicated, there's an item here, is this for Bowen Avenue for CCMG, I assume? Yeah, it looks like we're gonna be recommending E&B Paving be awarded the project, but I wasn't given, like an award recommendation document or anything like that before.
I don't have any.
You don't have anything either? So, in our update, we indicated that we'll be presenting it at the next council meeting.
Okay.
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 Other than that, I don't really have anything else.
Alrighty. Thank you. Town council comments, anything, Brian?
Nothing for me
Could I
tonight.
jump in, actually? There's something I thought Keith would mention, but the Ready project, fully funded as of this afternoon. We got word from the state, from the Indiana Development Organization, that basically our application has been received, approved, that money's available. So that's.
It's one of those scary things that you put all this up front and you don't know until the last minute. And we all did a collective cheer.
Well, thank you for all the hard work, all of you guys. What's that?
The trail is currently out to bid.
Okay. And starting probably this summer?
End of May,
of May.
completion by end of September
Okay.
for the first phase.
Awesome.
But getting that funding was, we're kind of waiting on that.
All right. Well, thank you for your hard work on that. Mr. Bailey?
I'm good.
Ms. Dilly? All right. All in favor of, well, no, you guys have to do a motion here. Adjournment?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
We got a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, the same. Let's go home.
Yeah.